Good afternoon. Welcome on in to another episode of From Day One. Today we head back to the courtroom, so let's begin.
I'm going to go back to in person. Won't have the jail transporting, so we'll have those. Those will be still on Zoom, but anybody not in custody and the lawyers will be here. So, how about them ends? I figure at some point we have to go back. We have to go back to the old way at some point. So, might as well just get us started. And it is hard. You see it with lawyers. You see it with parties, and civil and family and criminal.
Recall number 12, People versus Randall Hisler, 22582 FH.
All right. Today is the date and time set for sentencing in this matter. Mr. Hisler, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to ask a series of questions. Most of them Mr. Shemke is going to answer. You'll have an opportunity if you want to answer for yourself. Otherwise, I'll give you a final opportunity before I sentence you to speak to me, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you had a full and complete opportunity to consult with Mr. Shemke before coming into this hearing for the sentencing today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And, sir, when you were in court on October 19th, 2022, you pled guilty to assaulting or obstructing a police officer, and that is what we are here for today. And, Mr. Shemke, that's correct. Right? You pled guilty to count one?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I've had a chance to review the pre-sentence report. I've looked at probation's calculation of the sentencing guideline range. I'll certainly hear from Mr. Shemke and Ms. Blanche if there's any challenge to that. I've gone through with the information in the pre-sentence report and scored it myself, and so I'm prepared to go ahead. I'll take all the information that's presented as information and advice on the issue of the defendant's sentence. So based on the information in the pre-sentence report and statements on the record today, I do find that the sentencing guideline range 7 to 23 months is appropriate and supported by what's in the record, and I will sign the sentencing information report. Now let's go back to you, Ms. Blanche. Do we have a victim impact statement or any comment on the recommended sentence in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Agent Howard is here, and she'd like to make a statement to the court.
Okay. Agent Howard, please feel free to make that statement.
Hello, Your Honor. I prepared a written statement so I didn't forget anything.
No, that's fine.
First, I'd like to thank the court for offering me the opportunity to speak on this matter. After 20 years working for the Michigan Department of Corrections as a parole and probation officer, this is the first time I've ever had to testify as a victim. This is the first time that I've ever had a supervised individual physically attack me. Every day I walk into work knowing that I worked a dangerous job. I come into contact and work closely with individuals from all walks of life who have led lives very different than my own. However, working a job where I encounter dangerous people does not mean that I am not entitled to know that I will go home every night. I pride myself on a well-honed set of de-escalation skills and tactics, and a positive rapport with the individuals I supervise and come into contact with. When Mr. Hisler attacked me on July 25th during a routine home call at a residence of one of my parolees, at a home he had previously been warned about being at, he put me in jeopardy of not being able to go home to my family. No amount of de-escalation tactic could have been utilized on that date. Mr. Hisler and I have known each other for 2.5 years. He is supervised by another agent in my office, and that agent and I often have our parolees meet us at the same field locations on the same days. Mr. Hisler has reported to me when his agent is off duty or homesick. Mr. Hisler knew that I was well aware he was a parole absconder and not being truthful when he told me he was in compliance that day. As soon as he saw that I was not buying his story of being in compliance with parole, he was determined to escape. When Mr. Hisler approached me that day, I was on the phone with his agent. He came at me quickly, and I had to drop my phone in order to protect myself. I gave Mr. Hisler multiple verbal commands to stop and back up, and I tried to push him off my person several times, but he continued to push and pin me between the door and his person in attempts to escape. I was forced to draw my weapon and point it at him due to his failures to follow verbal orders. After he was in custody, Mr. Hisler stated to my coworker that he did not know we carry weapons. and that he would not have tried to get past me if he had known I had a weapon on me. Sadly, I know that Mr. Heiser has a habit of preying on individuals he deems weaker than himself. He has been arrested several times while on parole for assaulting other parolees. During their arrest, prior to the incident on July 25th, he made threats against the victims' lives and stated that the officers would be back for a murder charge. Mr. Heiser also wrote a letter to my boss while he was in jail. She received it last week. The letter indicates that I'm lying about what transpired on July 25th. However, Mr. Heiser admitted to his agent that he grabbed my arm and twisted my skin. He admitted that he felt it was okay to put his hands on me because he did not believe I was carrying a weapon. He also pled guilty to the charges he's being sentenced on today. The letter that was written to my boss was volatile and vitriolic. The letter blames me for his actions, showing that Mr. Heiser takes no accountability for the incident on that date. His letter and statement indicates clearly that if Mr. Heiser deems his opponent weak, he has no problem attacking someone physically. Lastly, I would like to address my dismay with the legal system here in Washtenaw County. I was horrified to learn that Mr. Heiser was originally charged with a misdemeanor offense and was given a $1 bond. He only remained in jail due to the parole detainer that was placed on him. One of my coworkers had to reach out to the prosecutor's office to request felony charges that we are here for today. I am grateful that the misdemeanor charges were dismissed and that he was charged with the appropriate felony charge. I'm grateful that I was able to go home to my family on July 25th and every day since. I'm grateful that I physically only suffered bruises and swelling. I'm grateful that drawing my weapon was enough to make Mr. Heiser step back and cease his attack. I am grateful that while this was happening, I was on the phone with my coworker. She could hear what was happening and contacted 911 to come and assist me. This is my first time in court as a victim. I spent years working with victims who felt their experience was minimized. This is why I felt it was important to speak out. If the court should feel it appropriate to send Mr. Heiser to a jail sanction, the Department of Corrections will likely return Mr. Heiser to prison for this offense. So after he serves his prison term, he will parole to the county to serve out his sanction for the charges we are here today. I ask the court to keep that in mind. Again, I would like to thank the court for their time and this opportunity.
Thank you for your comments. Ms. Blanche, do you have any comment on the recommended sentence this time?
Judge, I ask you to follow probation's recommendation at this time.
All right. Mr. Shemke, do you have any comment on the recommended sentence and any allocution on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. I've been representing Mr. Hisler since February of this year, and I've had an opportunity to see his behavior. I've had an opportunity to see if it's changed over time. I believe that this particular offense, I think that it could have been directly correlated with substance abuse issues. And I noticed that in the past 128 days that he's been in custody, my client's personality, his view, his circumstances of the future have been altered for the better. Now, obviously, in this stance, I wasn't there, and I can never appreciate anyone being in harm or in fear, but I will note that in this circumstance, after having an opportunity to speak with Mr. Hisler, even as recent today, that he's optimistic about his future and he is not going to duplicate the kind of behavior that has brought him to the circumstance today. When determining what is appropriate admonishment should be, I only ask that you consider that he has done 128 days in custody. I'm aware that he does not get credit for those days because it's on a parole hold, but just to take into consideration my client's age and his possibility of potentially being reunited with his children, his grandchildren, as well as having the opportunity to be gainfully employed through the roofing company that he's been at for the last 25 years. I thank you for your time and consideration, Your Honor.
Right. Mr. Heisler or Mr. Hisler, is there anything you wish to say before I impose sentence?
No, go ahead.
That's
Okay.
smart.
Wish I could have taken a polygraph test to prove I'm not guilty.
Oh, shit. I almost gave you credit there.
Okay. You pled guilty, though, correct?
No, I pled guilty, but if I would take a polygraph test, I would pass it. True cause, and she won't. She's lying.
Oh, fuck.
But go ahead, sir. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. I'm sorry, you never see me again in front of you, though. I know that.
Hopefully, they send you to jail
She's
forever.
wrong.
I'm going to just take a second here to think about this. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I want to see how many years they want
We'll be in a brief recess.
asshole. We're skipping ahead for you guys, though, so you might be stuck. Alright, we're back on the records.
strongly recommend that you discontinue from the conversation that you're having with the court on this nature. It's not helpful right now, so just relax. But it's not bad to go. No, Mr. Hisler, take my advice with a grain of salt. But take a break. Wait for the judge to get back on the record, okay?
Shut up.
Only God take care of it.
Shut up, sir.
You're wrong, man. They want us all on my record. I ain't getting
He's
nothing.
not
Back out
really-
on parole. I'll do my tail. That's 3 years.
He just wants to be stupid.
All right, we are back on the record in case number 22582FH. This is the date and time for sentencing in this matter. We have gone through basically the entire sentencing protocol, gone through the calculation of the sentencing guidelines, all the way through to the defendant's statement to the court, wherein the defendant basically said that the victim is lying.
Yeah.
So at this time, I cannot turn a blind eye or a deaf ear, since we're not actually in physical proximity to one another, to this. So I am going to reject the plea at this time, and I'm setting this for pretrial next week, and we will see what happens.
Well, Judge, why? I guess you can sentence him however you want to. I don't understand just because he's saying the victim's lying. He took accountability for it at the time of the plea.
No.
It sounds like after the PSI, he has buyer's remorse, which he's not able to withdraw his plea, and the plea is not nullified at this point. So if the court's going to sentence him to prison, which honestly, the fact that Mr. Hisler doesn't want to take any accountability, as the attorney said, he's changed so much, and now here he is saying that it's the victim's fault, he's not taking accountability. I don't know how he has any right to withdraw his plea, or his plea get withdrawn nullified at this point. I'm asking you to sentence the defendant. If you want to send him to prison based on the fact that he's not taking accountability, I'm fine with that, Judge, but if we want to adjourn it a week and you think about it, but at this point, I don't know how the plea is nullified based on the fact that now, after he sees the PSI and after the victim's statement, he's trying to say that the victim's a liar.
I mean, I guess in my mind, he is stating on the record, I mean, essentially trying to pave the way for an appeal. Mr. Shemke, we didn't adjourn it, but, has just gone over the PSIR with him. Like this feels to me a lot like this defendant is seeking some way to cloud this matter for appeal. So, at this point, I guess what I could do is just adjourn the sentencing a week to think about this, but I am not convinced, Ms. Blanche, that perhaps a trial in this matter and having this matter go all the way through isn't a more clean way to achieve whatever is being achieved if he's found guilty. My concern is that based on everything that's before me today, this feels a lot like this is an attempt, to this. So, I mean,
Well, Judge,
Ms.
and
Blanche,
if you
likewise, if I reject the plea, you're free to appeal that as well. So, what I can do is this. I can adjourn the sentence 1 week, and we'll be back here next week to consider this. But at this time, my inclination is to reject the plea and set this for pretrial. So I'll consider this and your statements for a week, but obviously everybody has the right to appeal me if they don't like what happens. So, okay, so we'll be back here next week.
Would that be December 7th at 1:30, Your Honor?
Correct.
My name is more down, boy.
I'll help you to sit down.
Well, I got my legs is rolled up. My legs is rolled up by her. I'm handicapped. I was born handicapped, sir. I'm born back. Honestly, fuck you. Sit up, girls. My head, too. I'm going to laughing for. Yeah, I want what the fuck you laughing for. Yeah, my goddamn head ain't a fucking joke.
Oh, goddamn! Shut up.
By the way, these are broadcast proceedings. If we could calm down with colorful language, probably be more.
Okay, but I ain't tell man, I was been rapping, I was singing my song. I ain't said no language. I would say in my midst, I don't trust in my wrist.
Alright. Mr. Davenport, you've been charged of criminal trespass. That would be a Class C misdemeanor if convicted. You understand what you're charged
Going
with?
to another one here.
Yeah, Class C trespass. That's all. That ain't nothing. Yeah, that ain't nothing but a misdemeanor.
Correct.
I know the law. I know the judge, the court. I can be a judge in court. What you doing? I can do what you doing too.
Okay. And would you like me to read the allegations?
What's the allegations? There ain't nothing but trespass. It wasn't me. They just framed me with somebody else, but they just came in because I'm rich. That's why.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to set this for court on Monday. So would you like me to appoint an attorney to represent you?
I can be my own judge if I want to. Okay, yeah, you put me on.
I'd ask you some questions on oath to make sure you qualify, and or also to set your
I
bond.
get disability, sir.
Will you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
I got that deal like that's right. I get 8.1 a month. I get disability, sir.
I need to swear you in, though.
Alright, I want myself in.
I need to tell you to shut the fuck up.
I need to swear you in. You don't swear yourself in.
That's why I'm gonna allow the judge to, okay.
Okay, well, raise your right hand and be sworn in.
Yeah, that's why I'm the judge
This is
too.
the uniform affidavit of indigency that you filled out of jail. You swear or affirm that everything you filled out on this form, any testimony you give is true and accurate?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. You have a job?
I get disability, sir. I'm handicapped. I was going back, sir.
Disability.
Okay, I was going back. In my life, I was going back. My bubble was in my front. I was going back. I was talking about my head. I'm saying my head on the not cat food. What the hell you keep doing? I hit 17 times on my goddamn head. I'm not with it. What are you doing? Ain't no devil in here. That's what I'm saying. My head.
Okay, again, if I can't get through arraignments, I'm gonna have to put you off until later. So I just need you to answer the questions that I ask. So how much do you get for disability?
I get $8.41 a month, sir.
$8.21?
I get $7 a month.
$8.21?
Yes.
In property, a house or car that you own?
No, I ain't got no house on my nose, but I do got some. I'll let you know. I got 127 properties.
Any other forms of income?
I got 127 properties. Bingo. 127 properties. That's what I got.
What do you think they're worth?
I don't know, about $1 billion. I don't know. I don't know what they were. Like billion. Billion,
income or assets?
Alright. I don't dare go to this day in there, so what else you talking about? Nothing. I own the judge, I own the courthouse. That's what I'm saying, sir. And you gotta love somebody. You can't hate somebody. You gotta love somebody. Call love that hate. I'm gonna keep with that love, so that's what I call love.
You live in Knoxville?
Yes, I do. I live all I got houses all over now.
How long you lived here?
I'm alive, sir.
You got family here?
Well, I got family here.
Who's that?
But no, man, therefore, Cobras.
Is there anybody that would vouch for liability to show up in court?
Yes, I'm busy for I'm the herb, what you call it? I am the herb, sir. That's the question. I am the herb. Just more therefore, I am the herb of Knoxville. It's my herb, okay? So I don't need no check. I just send me my money. I don't need no check. It's in my herb. Herb.B&B, that's what it is.
Okay, I'm going to set your bond at $250. I'm going to set this in court on Tuesday in misdemeanor court for a bond review, so that if you are unable to post the bond, the judge can take it up at that time and reconsider it.
But let me have this deal free. Yeah, alright, we going to get down to it.
And with that, we will leave that gentleman to be, and that will, as we finish the story for today's Winterfest, leaves us with Naya, the flower girl, getting the frozen skin stones of the day. So as always, please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. Help us get to the goal of 50,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. So Moxie sends us nice red presents. Google puts us on the algorithms. We're on the first milestone on the Google, and we're in the final home stretch on the presents. Till next time, like, share, and subscribe. We kind of want another release records. We march along this afternoon and every afternoon here from day one. We have some video talking about what would be the best for Winter Claus, and we'll talk about it again probably before the end of this week as to what might be the best to ask Winter Claus for. Till then, have a great afternoon. We'll see you tonight.